Hello, and welcome to the ParkZapp podcast. I'm your host, Amal Kumar, and today we have a special guest joining us, Jeffrey Morejohn. He is a ground supervisor for the Medford School District in Oregon, with a career spanning in construction, military service, and grounds management. Jeffrey brings a wealth of experience and dedication. As a valued ParkZapp client for 4 years, we're excited to learn from his journey as he approaches retirement. Jeffrey, it's great to have you here.
Thanks.
Yeah, I'm so glad that you're here. Hey, Jeffrey, can you start by giving a little bit about your background? How did you begin your journey in construction, and what led you to serve in the Marines and eventually join the Medford School District?
So I started working in construction when I was 16. Um, it was my first job, and the town where I grew up, they used to let you put an ad in the newspaper looking for summer work. And I had a guy that was just starting his own company, construction company, call me, and I started as a laborer, and that was in 1973. And I worked there for 2 summers, and during my junior and senior year in high school. And when I got done with that, um, I just felt I needed to do something different. So I looked around. I had a friend that was joining the Marine Corps, and he said, "Come on with me." So in 1974, I joined the Marines, and I I enjoyed it. After boot camp, um, it was fun. It was just like going to any other job. Uh, I was a generator repairman uh, in the Marine Corps. And when I got done with the Marine Corps, I spent 4 years in the Marines. When I got done, I came back and went back to the person that I worked for before and asked him if I could have my job back. And he said, sure. So I worked for him uh, probably another 10, 12 years, and then decided that I wanted to move up to Oregon. I wanted a different life for my family than the California life. And moved up here, and I was working in construction up here, and I had three career-ending surgeries. So then I started looking around for other things to do. I drove truck for a little while, and then got on uh, with a local, not the Medford School District, but another close by school district, and then ended up working over into the Medford School District. And I started as a night custodian, and just worked my way up.
Yeah, and you mentioned that you enjoyed certain things along the way. Can you be a little specific and tell me what was your journey like along the way? Were there any specific challenges that helped you shape your path or contributed to your growth?
I think the biggest challenge that I've had in any of the things that I've done is learning. And I've always wanted to learn not only what I needed to do my job, but the next. So I've always um, taken the time to learn. So as the grounds, when I was got the grounds job, I'm always reading. I'm always asking questions. I'm always finding a person that knows uh, what I should be doing, how to take care of something, how I have a problem. I just it's and that really has been the biggest challenge is is getting the knowledge and the skills to take care of the things the way that the districts want uh, their fields and sites to be taken care of.
So, as a ground supervisor, how would you describe your leadership style? Has it evolved over time, especially as you've taken on new challenges? How has that evolved? That's what I want to
So
know.
I would say right now my leadership is more of a collaborative effort where everybody has a say, but I have the final vote. I always want to hear uh, what I have 11 employees. I always want to know what they're doing. They're the people that are doing the work. I can sit here and I can point things out to people and say do it, but if what I'm saying doesn't translate into something that's doable out for them out in the field, we're not getting anything done. Um, but as the person with the final vote that has the final say and is being held accountable, I always want to know what everybody's doing. When I started out, it was more of a I'm the boss and I told you to, so just go out and do it. And over the years, that works once in a while, but having a collaborative thing where everybody gets to have a say, and or maybe not so much a say, but it's able to put in some input on what they're doing and what works and what doesn't work, and then grow grow their positions, grow their skills, their knowledge in what they're doing, and they feel like they're more of a part of a team, which they should, and they are. Um, Excuse me. They respond that way, and it makes them a better employee for the district.
Yeah, it's over time you learn a lot how to
You
better
really
other people besides
you can
yourself.
you can go to lots of leadership and management classes and stuff, but nothing takes the place of experience. And you can repeat a lot of things that you learn. You can repeat all the buzzwords and all the things that they tell you, and nothing takes the place of experience of actually doing it, and facing the challenges of trying to get people to do things that maybe they don't want to do, or getting them to change how they're doing things because we have a better, easier way to do it, but you're pushing somebody outside of their comfort zone to do something. you know I've been doing this for 20 years and this is the way I do it. Yeah, but it's a little bit better. The world has grown in 20 years, so try it my way, and to get them to do that without offending them at the same time.
That's so awesome. And then with that, there are strengths. And I wonder, what are some strengths that you feel have been crucial to your leadership approach and managing the district's grounds team?
I think my biggest strength is my willingness to listen to what people are saying, and if there are problems, going out and finding the answer, not just kind of shoving it over in the corner because I don't want to deal with it. You bring a problem to me, we deal with it right then, and we take care of it, and we don't wait for later. I think that has kept me going. Sometimes a little bit of a bull in a china shop effect, because people want to, you know, let's discuss it, and sometimes discussion is good, and sometimes we're just going to go out and we're going to solve the problem, and get back to doing what we do normally.
So, how has working with ParkZapp in particular helped you innovate your role? Are there any specific tools or practices that have made a significant impact?
All of ParkZapp has changed how we take care of our playgrounds. Um, all of our people that we have inspectors have all been through the certified playground safety inspector uh, certification classes. So to have a program that is so much of a part of the information and the curriculum that they use in those classes, it makes sense because you can look at one thing and you can open the books that they give you when you go through that, and you see the ParkZapp material, and you see that they work together, and it's able to bring it together. And to me, having safe playgrounds where we're providing these playgrounds for our children in the Medford School District to play on, keeping them safe, and so we're having safe children. So having a tool like ParkZapp that is really very easy to use, and it lays out the inspections, and it lays out the information, and the stuff that you need to do. The guys that use it for me all like it because it's a very simple, straightforward way for them to go out and do the inspections of our playgrounds.
So, when planning for Medford School District grounds, do you typically focus on long term goals, like 5 to 10 year visions, or do you find it more effective to tackle it in a shorter term, like quarterly objectives?
The directions that I receive from my manager and our director is we try to focus on long term. We're an established school district. All of our sites, we don't have any new sites, so it's not like, so we go around and we look at is how can we make site improvements? How can we make our sites? One of the tasks that I've been given is we want to plant more trees. My director is like, 30 years from now, we want people to sit down and look at the Medford School District and go, wow, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, they started planting trees. And now we have these beautiful park-like settings where our kids are going to school. It does make a difference. The outside appearance of our schools, I've noticed that when we are able to, and we've been in and out with COVID and stuff, getting employees having a full crew and then having, I think one time we were down to 4 people, and we weren't taking care of things. We were doing everything that we could. Excuse me. Um, when the sites are clean and everything looks like somebody's loving it, the parents notice it, the staff and students notice it, and the attitude of the people coming into the building is completely different than if you pull up and it's just kind of a ratty looking. Parents look at this thing, it's like, my kid's going to school here. No, when they walk up and they see the bushes are trimmed, the grass is mowed, everything looks like it's welcoming their students. It's just makes things much easier for everybody.
I agree 100%. And I feel like appearance matters everywhere, not just. I mean, obviously school matters, but anywhere you walk into, you want to set an example, right? That's something that should be set everywhere, and not every place is like that. And I like the fact that you're really trying your best to improve and make the world better by making it feel more comfortable in this, and to be in a situation where you walk in like, oh wow. I remember I don't know if I mentioned to you, but part of the reason why ParkZapp got started was because my brother got hurt many years ago. He's like 10 years older than me, so I think it was before I was born. And my mom came up with the idea later on to start ParkZapp to make safer communities in general. And I remember one of the schools I attended earlier in my youth. We had a wooden playground set, and
Yes.
I remember I was climbing up the set, and I think I misplaced my hand somewhere, and I slipped, right, and I busted my lip. I remember going to inside the school, and the school didn't do anything about it. I mean, they gave me like something to heal my lip, just like a paper towel, whatever. And I remember the next year, they're like, okay, we don't want to get sued. That's what they were thinking. And they replaced it with a metal playground set. So nothing like that would ever happen.
The wooden playgrounds were really neat when they first came out because they were so innovative from the old pipe ones that people in their 60s and 70s remember when they were going to school. And then they came up with this, and there were these wonderful structures and stuff. Well, as the structures got old, uh, they they didn't perform the same, and lots of slivers, lots of rotting pieces, and it turned out to be really just maintenance nightmares. And when I first started in this position, one of the things I did was we had 2 schools that had uh, wooden structures, and we helped the schools replace those places, and now they have up to date uh, um, playground structures in their sites.
Yeah, and
Again,
speaking of structures, oh, were you saying something?
yeah, it's good. Again, playground safety. We provide these playgrounds for our students to be on their recess, and to me, student safety, being a grandfather and having 2 granddaughters, I want them. I want the schools. They don't go to the Medford School District. They go to the school district right next to it. I'm hoping that they're doing the same things because I want my granddaughters to be safe when they get on the playground equipment and do stuff like that. It's an important thing. I have seen, having been through the certification process, you learn a lot of things and you see a lot of things, and I don't want that to happen. While I have the strength and the power to make the changes and to keep things safe, I want to make sure that our playgrounds are as safe as we can possibly do it for every child that's in the district.
That's right. Uh, I didn't mean to cut you off earlier. I'm sorry about that. But when it comes to projects and achievements, is there any project or initiative that you're especially proud of? And what made it stand out for you? And how did it make an impact for the district?
So I think the biggest project that I have done that I look at and it makes me go, wow, look what I did. We have an older stadium. We have two high schools here in the Medford School District, and they both play at the same. We have one stadium, so every Friday night, one's playing and one's away. Um, I remodeled it 2 years ago. We put in new running tracks. We put in new lights. We have LED lights. So now we have the capabilities of flashing the lights, changing colors, doing all the things that you see at the college and the NFL games. Um, we've changed, we got put all new walkways, all the electricals underground, so we have no more overhead wires. We brand new running surface. I had replaced the football field itself a little while earlier. Just upgraded the whole thing. And the final thing that I'll be starting Monday, is we're getting rid of all the old bleacher seats and we're putting in aluminum bench seats. Um, it has made a big difference. People walk in there, it's like, wow, this really, you know, and when we have visitor teams that come in, they like our fields. Not that they didn't before, but it's a more modern, updated version of what we had. And I like thinking about our kids playing out there. It's and having that um, having a facility like that for our athletes to go to. Um, I've always considered one of my jobs, or as part of my job, is to make sure that we have the best updated facilities when given the money or given the task of updating things like that, making sure that we're getting the best, the most, so our kids have um, that feeling of, wow, we have this sharp place to play at.
And not only that, I feel like there's a more refreshing feeling that you get when you walk onto a new court or a new field or something that's updated. I
Oh
remember
yeah.
in my yeah, oh yeah, I remember in my high school back in the day, which is like a few years ago. Uh, we I remember practicing like on this court, and then they updated it like the next summer, like my sophomore year. Yeah, my sophomore year, and I was like, wow, the wax is. They got re-waxed, and then like redid the flooring a little bit. It was pretty cool, and it's always a new feeling. You feel rejuvenated. That's something that
Yeah.
I
The,
like.
the thing that's always amazed me is the students know. You may think that they don't realize that the students know, and when you change things, they just have a different attitude about what they're doing, and their play, their whole the whole part of their experience, which is, when the kids in sports in high school, that's part of a high school experience for them. It just becomes better, you know.
So, Jeffrey, can you tell me what lessons have you learned from your career that might be valuable for others in similar roles?
The biggest lesson that I have learned is always be open to change. That's the only constant in the world, is there's always change. And if you're open to it, and you're open to listening to people and to new ideas, you can do anything you want. I mean, honestly, you listen to people talk and you hear things that are interesting to you. Take it, go with it. This age of the internet, if you can't find it on the internet and you can't find and start growing your knowledge and your skill set and finding out where to go and how to go and who's going to help you, you're not putting anything into your life. The people today, you have such a wealth of information available to you. I mean, I've talked to and emailed people all over the world asking about what they're doing, just just because I wanted to know. So it's just, if you're not being successful and you're not getting someplace, it's because you're not putting much into yourself. And everybody's valuable. Go out and be good to yourself. Use the tools that are here, and let's make yourself. There's just too much out there to not be successful.
Yeah. I'd like to talk about your hobbies. I remember we talked about this earlier with our preparation meeting. You mentioned that you like gardening. So,
Oh yeah,
how has your passion for gardening? Sorry, let me rephrase that. Your passion for gardening ties beautifully into your work.
yes.
How has your, or how has this hobby influenced your approach and
I, I
maintaining? How does that tie into maintaining the district grounds? Sorry, I'm a little choppy. I have
no,
my
no, no.
throat.
I want every school in our district to look like my garden does at home. So I'm always striving to find a way that we can maybe change plants, change how we're caring for them, change how we're doing something so we have that better looking place. Um, so when somebody pulls up, their first impression of when they look at a site, they go, "Wow, they take care of their schools here. Look at the outside." So they're happy when they walk in. They don't have that "my child's going to school here" feeling. It's like, wow, this my kid gets to go to school here. And that's what I've always tried to meld the two. What I do at home, and sometimes at home I do things, and as kind of an experimental garden at home. If I do things here, does that, it's kind of like test plots at home, and then bring that in and share that with the guys that work for me, and say, look, if we do this, we can get a better look, a better desired results somewhere along the line.
What advice would you give to young professionals who aspire to follow a similar career path or leadership role in grounds management?
Find a school and go to school. Get that knowledge, and there are many good schools, and many good classes and things, and start at the basics. Just start with landscape management, landscape architect. Start, and keep your eyes and your ears open, because you could start thinking you're going to be a landscape architect and end up as, who knows where that's going to take you. Don't just zero in on one thing. Be open. Open your mind, open your heart, and just go. And when you find something that interests you, it's okay to change. It's okay to follow a different path than where you started, and have passion about what you're doing. Somebody's paying you to do something. They deserve to get every penny out of you that they're putting in, and it's your job as the landscape, golf course, whatever person, to make sure that you're putting everything into what you're doing, and it shows. In the end, your finished product that you have at the end of the day, your passion and the passion of the people that work for you shows in your end finished product that you have.
I like that response. It's very open minded. Today you've given me a lot of sorry. I've been fighting this cold for a while. You've given me a lot of valuable information, and I really enjoy talking to you. Just like everybody I've had on this podcast, you are amazing. And Jeffrey, thank you so much for sharing your insights and reflections today with us and me, you, like the listeners out there. As you prepare uh, for your new chapter of retirement, um, what are you most looking forward to? Can you tell me?
Yeah, not working. Being able to wake up in the morning and have a whole day in front of me where I get to do me. You know, we have a vacation home up in Washington that we want to spend more time at. My wife is a native Hawaiian, and she would like to go to Hawaii more often, which I have no problem doing. I have in-laws there. We have all kinds of friends there. Um, so it's, just having a different lifestyle, I guess, is what I'm looking forward to. Um, and then not having so much responsibility that I have to watch over so much stuff. Just being able to relax more and put more into me. And that may sound a little selfish, but you know, put a little bit more into me in my life and making sure and washing over into my daughters and daughter and my granddaughters, doing what I can do to help them out in their world and make their world a better place too. I know they're already thinking that I'm going to become their groundskeeper at their house.
Yeah,
So
I
you wouldn't mind doing that, would you? We'll see. I've got a couple of months before spring starts, so I can think about what I want to do. But more than likely, they're going to win. With a little bit of their mom's help pushing on me. It's like they really need you. Okay. You know,
yeah.
I can't be a groundskeeper and pull up to somebody's house that's related to me and go, "It's all right," but really, you should be. So maybe I have to lead by example again.
Well, retirement seems like fun to me. I have years to go until then. But my dad, he's enjoying it. He's retired. He retired about a year ago now. It's insane to think about. A year passed by already. Uh, but is there anything else you'd like to say? Like anything positive? Because you've been positive so far. I just want to know if there's anything else.
It just everybody that listens to this, look at what you're doing, make sure it's what you want to do, and go out and be positive about what you're doing. I mean, you have the freedom to change and make yourself better. If you don't like the job that you're doing, find something else. Go out and be happy with what you're doing. Um, my dad worked, and he said, "You know what made my job so easy?" He goes, "I liked what I do. I never regretted." And in the 40 years that he worked, he goes, I never regretted getting up in the morning and going to work. And if you don't have that feeling, go out and find it. Again, you have the internet. God, you can find anything you want on the internet. And there's schooling, there's online classes, it's just everything. Go out and be the best you that you can be. It's there. It's just waiting for you to get it.
Jeffrey, that's a great message. And yeah, thank you. I appreciate you for being on this ParkZapp podcast presented by Zamorins Solutions. Again, uh, the fact that you took your time to be on this podcast, share what you have to say, give valuable information, and giving great details about your experience, it means a lot to me, us, everyone, actually.
Yeah.
So
You're
thank
welcome.
you again.
It was fun. It was fun. So,
All right, Jeffrey. Well, take care and
all right.
thank you again.
We'll see you later. All
See
right.
you.
Bye bye.